Welcome to the Sport and Leisure Pathway. My name's Phil McPherson and I'm the Director of Teaching and Learning for this pathway, who's going to give you a short webinar with some of the courses, opportunities and events that take place. First of all, why Sport and Leisure, or why the Sport and Leisure Pathway at the Sixth Form College? Well, a few key things really. Firstly, we have excellent results that are consistently above national average. So whether that's on our A-level physical education qualification or our BTEC courses, the results that we get are consistently strong and stack up, above or certainly in line with the vast majority of providers across the region and across the country. So we're experienced in what we do and students gain good results. Secondly, we have some amazing facilities that students can tap into, both across at Staffordshire University, which I'll come on to shortly, but also at our sort of state-of-the-art facilities up at Fenton Manor. Fenton Manor, I'm sure, is a place where many of you have been and used in recent years at school or for other activities, and the sports halls, gymnasiums, swimming pool, dance studios that are there are all accessed on a regular basis by students, both for curriculum lessons, but also for activities that take place as part of enrichment and sport programmes. On that, we offer a wide range of activities for students to get involved with, both for students who are studying sports, but also students who aren't studying a sports-related qualification. These range from competitive activities and competitive opportunities, which I'll come on to in a minute, but also our enrichment programme is very, very varied and some great things that people can get involved with. And we really pride ourselves on being what we feel is one of the most extensive enrichment offers within the region. And then finally, our university links are very, very strong. So we've got great links with Staffordshire University. We've got really good links with some of the other universities across the region and nationally. But also we have some brilliant links with employers that both consolidate understanding on courses, but also open up doors to future progression routes as well. In terms of the partnership with Staffordshire University, we're very, very lucky to be based where we are. And as a result of that, students have the ability and access to some great spaces, both within the Science Centre. So for sport and leisure students, they regularly go across and use physiology, psychology and nutrition labs. We do some sort of testing-based procedures over there each academic year with all of the students, but also our sports teams and squads are using the sports halls, the gym, and their sort of 4G over there on a regular basis, on a weekly basis as well. And it really strengthens the experiences and the quality of what can be delivered as a student within this pathway. Moving on now to our curriculum offer. Obviously there's much more detail about the specifics of each course on the website, on the course guides. So I'll just go over these fairly briefly. So we offer A-level physical education, which is the traditional A-level P course that we've run for many, many years. Since 2016, like all A-levels now, this is delivered as a linear qualification, so you do it over 2 years, and at the end of the 2 years you will be assessed in the spring and summer. 30% of your assessment comes from internal practical and coursework, so 15% coursework, 15% practical performance. So how sort of good are you, or what's your level of performance either as a player or as a coach in one activity. And then 2 exams form the other 70%, one of which is very scientific and one of which is more focused on psychology and social elements of sport. In terms of this course, we do recommend students need to have a good level of maths, English and science, because it underpins a lot of the assessments that take place. And also, due to the practical element, we do advise that you are playing or coaching on a regular basis, or will have that commitment and motivation to do so to gain that 15% of the other mark. Moving on to our BTEC offer. So we offer BTEC Sports Coaching and Development and BTEC Sport and Exercise Science. BTEC Sports Coaching and Development is offered as a diploma or an extended diploma. The diploma is worth 2 A-levels at the end of 2 years, And the extended diploma means that students gain 3 A-levels at the end of 2 years, and consequently this forms often their whole programme of study. So if a student's on an extended diploma in sport or sport and exercise science, that will usually be their whole programme of study at the sixth form college. The sports coaching and development qualification is assessed 100% through internal assessment. So it'll be done through a range of coursework assignments, presentations, practical assessments, and it has a big focus on developing coaching and leadership skills to hopefully then set up students for future progression into those career areas. It is recognised by what's called CIMSPA, which is the Chartered Institute for the Management of Sport and Physical Activity, and therefore any student who gains this qualification is in a very, very strong place when they come onto progression into sort of further education, employment or training following college. The sport and exercise science course is, as I've already said, offered as a diploma and an extended diploma again. Big difference on this course is that we do have external assessment, so 45% of the course is assessed through external means, 2 exams in anatomy and physiology, and 2 what are called controlled assessments, which take place with some pre-released material that students then have to use to produce their assessment, and they take place in the nutrition and sport psychology units. This course has much more science and maths, so therefore we do normally recommend a slightly higher level of sort of GCSE entry grades for this qualification as opposed to the sports coaching and development. The final course within the kind of vocational sport offer is the YMCA fitness instructing qualification. This is a level 2 course that we offer either as a bolt-on opportunity to level 3 students, so you could be studying sports science and then do this course alongside it, or it can be studied as part of our level 3 foundation year programme alongside potential GCSE resits if required in maths, English and other subject areas. The great thing about the YMCA fitness instructing course is that at the end of it, you're actually part of the registered exercise professionals database, and consequently what that means is that you are then qualified to work as a gym instructor either full-time or part-time if that's something that you'd like to do it in the future. Other vocational offers within sport and leisure, so this is a really, really exciting opportunity that we've launched recently. So we've got a course which is the football coaching and development qualification that is aligned with Port Vale Football Club. The course itself is the same course that I've just mentioned on the sports coaching and development, but the big difference on this course is that it has much more of a football focus. So the coaching and the skills that you develop will be much more tailored towards football. But other things and the real kind of advantages of this qualification are that if you are somebody who is looking at progressing into football as some sort of as a career aim, both in terms of performing or just working in that industry, well, you get 3 or 4 coaching sessions a week delivered by Port Vale Football Club coaches. You get chance to do qualifications and work experience at the club. You also receive things like free match day tickets to Port Vale games, and also you do get a range of sort of free kit as part of the programme. So it's a really, really exciting course that we've launched this academic year. Obviously, it's going to be continuing now for years to come, and it's available to both male and female students who've got a passion specifically for football and working in that football industry. Away from the vocational sports offer, within sport and leisure, we also offer uniformed protective services. This is run as a diploma qualification, so it's done as a 2 A-level offer. The difference with this course is that students do have the opportunity to gain one A-level equivalent in this course at the end of year one, and then they top up and gain the second A-level in year two. This course is very much aimed at students, if I show you here, who are looking at these sort of potential career paths in the future. So many of the students progress into police, fire, prison service, some of them into paramedic science if they may be doing it alongside things like health and social care or applied human biology. But also many of them are actually looking at going into the armed forces, and by doing this course alongside other activities, it actually can sometimes speed up your progression route through some of the roles in the Navy, RAF and Army. In terms of how this course is assessed, 60% of it is done through internal assessment. So some of the methods that I've mentioned previously on the other vocational courses. And again, we have 40% that will be done externally, marked and set by the exam board, either through an exam or a controlled assessment. So moving on from the curriculum offer within sport and leisure, I just want to sort of finish off by just talking through some of the amazing opportunities that students can access. So usually, you know, when we do these at open evenings, students will talk about their ambitions to compete and the fact that they're a talented basketballer, footballer, and netballer. So for these three sports, we offer what's called a talented athlete program, where the squads have regular timetabled coaching sessions from external coaches that the college employs, who come in and work with the squads at least twice a week. And then on a Wednesday afternoon, they then go off and compete in the AOC sport competitions, playing against colleges from across the West Midlands region. So you'll be sort of travelling to play colleges from Birmingham or Hereford or Stourbridge. So really, really high level competition, great experiences, and hopefully, you know, sort of also develops your own sort of playing abilities as well. You may be somebody who is less focused on that kind of competitive element, but still wants to take part in sport and physical activity. So we're very lucky at the college to have a full-time health, wellbeing and sport coordinator, who you can see here, a guy called Dave Hardwick. And his role is all about tackling an activity, getting people moving, getting people taking part in sport and physical activity. And Dave, as part of his program, offers a huge range of activities, still some of the mainstream sports that, you know, we haven't yet mentioned. So things like badminton, tennis, rugby, you know, those activities, but then some other alternative activities that students have actually requested through consultation exercises. So we offer opportunities to go and do horse riding, to do ice skating, to do skiing, archery. So yeah, a huge range of things that students can get involved in, with the main purpose of being active, being healthy, and promoting that well-being amongst the college population. You may be somebody who is already a very talented and an elite performer. So the college, obviously, because we've got almost 2,000 students, we do get some amazingly talented sports performers coming through the door every academic year. And for these people, what we offer in partnership with Staffordshire University is our Junior Elite Scholarship Programme. So what that actually entitles you to as part of this programme is these benefits that you can see here on the screen. You get free gym membership, you get a chance to go across to the university and tap into their workshops with some of their sort of elite, both students but also some of their professors who deliver those sessions, and you get tailored strength and conditioning programs, nutritional advice, as well as a range of kit and equipment that is also provided. So it's a brilliant opportunity for anybody, and we've got a couple of former students here who were actually very elite rowers. They were part of of that programme, and it really benefited them in terms of their performance levels, but just in terms of their awareness of, you know, what it's like to be an elite performer at the highest level. In terms of progression on the pathway, we've got a range of careers that sport and leisure can lead into. Often people will say, well, you know, where am I now? What do I want to go on and do? But what sort of careers can this lead on to? So you can see here some of the different career pathways. Sport and leisure isn't just about becoming a coach or becoming a PE teacher. There are a really, really wide range of career pathways, and especially now and in future years, there's going to be much more of a focus on activity and health and well-being, and therefore the opportunities are really going to explode, if you like, in terms of what students can look at progressing into. What we try and do to support that further is we offer what's called a Sports Futures programme. So as part of this programme, students get opportunity to do qualifications in coaching awards or leadership awards or first aid, either free of charge or at a very, very sort of subsidised, discounted rate. Students have lots of volunteering opportunities. So obviously in normal years and hopefully post-COVID, we can get our students back out into the community, volunteering within local schools, local community organisations, and as well as developing their skills, making that real positive contribution across the area. We have a range of employers who come in and give talks and visits, both in lesson time, but also outside of lesson time as sort of almost add-on opportunities. And we have a range of university links and visits that we also take part in with some of the universities that you can see listed down here. Finally, I just wanted to conclude with a couple of case studies, just to give you a bit more of a feel for sort of some of the people that have progressed through this pathway and what they've done. So we've got 4 people up here that I just briefly sort of talk through. So we've got Tom, who was here quite a few years ago now, progressed on to sports development and coaching at Sheffield Hallam, did a range of further qualifications, so did a master's, doctorates, and is now actually working in an SEN special needs school, doing really, really well. Chloe was here more recently and is currently in the process of finishing off her final year at Loughborough University. Loughborough is the global #1 university for sport. So she did amazingly well on her sports science course here to get into that university, and is now doing sports technology with a view to graduating this forthcoming summer and progressing into a career in that sector. Jake was here and he actually studied A-level PE, but then decided that he wanted to sort of progress into the police force. So he actually enrolled in the police last year, and is now, you know, working full-time as a police officer. And then finally, we've got Danielle Wyatt, who some people may know, who was here again a few years ago. And Danielle was obviously a very, very talented cricket player, studied A-level PE, and Danielle is now a regular in the England ladies team, off around the globe, representing England in various formats of cricket. So Danielle's done amazingly well, and we're really proud of all of her and everyone's achievements. So that concludes the Sport and Leisure webinar. I hope you found that useful. If you do have any questions, as it says there, please go on our online chat function after this webinar. Or alternatively, you can visit the website, as well as obviously the virtual tour. All of the course guides are on there, which give you a little bit more detail on those qualifications. Thanks very much, and hopefully look forward to seeing you enrolling at the college this forthcoming summer.